everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the SmackDown Ring Report. We hear from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has a lot to say. He's going to get a lot on his mind. And Roman Reigns returned to SmackDown to confront a lot of people that wants to have a confrontation with him. We'll talk about it coming up with Roman Reigns here on the Pro Wrestling Show. So we get things started here on the Pro Wrestling Show. With a lot of action and excitement. Let's not waste no time. As a Pro Wrestling Show presents the SmackDown Ring Report and start right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Thank you for joining us on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect and our digital platforms. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. So let's not waste no time whatsoever. Let's get things started right here, right now on the Pro Wrestling Show. We kick things off with this. Randy Orton. Randy Orton returning from that devastating power. Randy Orton returning from that devastating maneuver that took that power driver from Kevin Owens. Randy Orton called out Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton wants a piece of Kevin Owens at the worst way, in the worst shape or form. Randy Orton wants Kevin Owens so bad that he called Kevin Owens out. Tell Kevin Owens, hey, I want a match issue at WrestleMania. And we probably see a match between Orton and Owens at Mania. Orton and Owens could be the match that could be one. We know last year's WrestleMania, they had a match, a confrontation. When the confrontation took place and stuff. So Randy Orton calling out Kevin Owens and seeing that Kevin Owens, we know Kevin Owens will sell. We know Randy Orton wants a piece of Kevin Owens. He wants him at the worst way. And these two men will meet at WrestleMania. If we can get the graphic right quick. Let's get that graphic up right quick. Right here, Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. It's official. Orton versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, a grudge match that bound to happen at WrestleMania. So we'll see that match coming forward. But Randy Orton getting himself ready tonight. That he wants a match against Kevin Owens. He got it. So we'll see it at WrestleMania. Well, speaking of that, we had a confrontation between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. They had to be separated. As what happened last week, that last week's pull apart, both women were trying to go above and beyond. And see right here, Tiffany Stratton taking Charlotte leaps and bounds to make sure Charlotte respects her and respects her in the best way possible. So Charlotte Flair gonna have her work cut out for her. Charlotte and Tiffany talked about the past meeting the present, the past meeting the future. Charlotte Flair saying that Tiffany is not in her league, and Tiffany Stratton said defend the women's championship against Charlotte. Let's see if they can pull something out at WrestleMania between these two women, because these two women want to beat the holy crap out of each other, and the only time and place is at WrestleMania. For the women's championship, we'll see that coming up at WrestleMania. But Tiffany Stratton, her point, as well as Charlotte made her point as well, to make sure that she do what she need to do. Well, we see right here a match right here that everyone's talking about. Jade Cargill attacking Naomi from behind. Jade Cargill doing that tonight. And Jade Cargill and Naomi may have a match at WrestleMania. We just don't know yet. And it ain't been made official. But Jade Cargill lost her match tonight. We can show Jade losing her match tonight. Jade lost her match tonight due to the hands of Naomi. Jade was taking on Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan said she didn't appreciate what happened when Jay had accused her of attacking her. And now Naomi was the culprit at all this and what was going on. Naomi and Jade Cargill, who knows if they'll get a match at WrestleMania. Only time will tell. We will just have to wait and see how that's going to go down next week. So we'll see. Well, speaking of that, Braun Strowman went against Jacob Fatu. Braun Strowman won his match tonight. Braun Strowman got attacked by the bloodline. It was a no disqualification match, a no TQ, and Braun won by the help, you know, with the aid of United States champion um LA Knight. LA Knight coming to help out Braun. LA Knight coming a fixture for helping out Braun. LA Knight doing the right thing to help Braun's venture and Braun's voyage. Braun Strowman won by disqualification. Now, now Braun Strowman gets a shot at the United States Championship. That's going to happen next week. So LA Knight set to defend the U.S. title. It's Braun Strowman. We'll see that coming up next week as well. So Braun Strowman and LA Knight will meet next week for the coveted United States Championship. That will happen next week in Europe on SmackDown. Braun Strowman taking on LA Knight for the United States Championship. We'll see that match coming up. That fourth wishing of that match coming your way next week. Looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully, we'll have a early edition of the Pro Wrestling Show next week. But we're trying to get a run, see how everything was before we jump in conclusion. We just don't want to jump in the boat. So we will see next week. Piper Niven was in action as well. Piper Niven, if we show Piper Niven was in action. She won her match against Selena Vega. Piper Niven defeated Selena Vega and did so tonight. Piper Niven getting her victory with the help of Chelsea Green, the U.S. champion, and I forgot her name, but hey, is there problems? Alba Fire. Is there problems in the um in the bloodline? Is there problems seeping in between Solo Sokoa and Jacob Fatu? Jacob Fatu told Solo, "Mind your business." Is Jacob telling Solo that he doesn't love him no more? Is Jacob Fatu finna turn babyface and Solo finna turn heel? About the casters, you know what? As to what went down. So a lot's going down on that. And Jacob Fatu calling out Solo Sokola after what happened last week. Solo Sokola and Jacob Fatu thought was on the right page, but they might be on the wrong page coming forward. So okay, we'll see how that's gonna work out eventually. Also, too, right here, Ray Phoenix may be coming to WWE. Ray Phoenix showing vignettes. Ray Phoenix could be part of the SmackDown brand coming forward. Seeing Ray Phoenix come on the SmackDown show might mean a lot for Ray Phoenix coming to SmackDown. So we would just have to wait and see what Ray Phoenix is going to do. But Ray Phoenix has officially signed with SmackDown. Speaking of that, Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre still having their feud, still having their blood rivalry boiled down to it. You can tell right here, Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Holy crap, both men beating down each other. You can tell this is going to be a WrestleMania match. As both men hit each other. And you can tell right here, Drew McIntyre sending a clear, valid message to Damian, overscrewing Damian. I think they're trying to help build Damian up for Drew. So we'll see how that's going to be and how that's going to eventually. You can tell Drew McIntyre a little bit frustrated with Damian. And told Damian, invited Damian to meet him next week in the ring so they can air out their grievances next week. We'll see. Well, speaking of that, we get to this, the final segment of the night. We told you last week, as advertised, Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, was going to return. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, returned. And Roman Reigns looking for some vengeance. he did at the last week when Paul Heyman came out there to promote the him being advertised in the game. Roman was on the game, and Paul Heyman made clear what went down. But as we saw tonight, we saw um, Seth Rollins pointing at the WrestleMania sign. We saw CM Punk coming out there to confront both Rollins and Roman. Roman Reigns was the last person to get the last laugh, and he pointed at the WrestleMania sign. Now, something tells me this is going to be a triple threat match, but there got to be some stakes in this triple threat match. Got to be stakes in this match for this. This can't be three men beating the hell out of each other. Ain't no stakes involved. Maybe they need to do like winner of this match will get a future world championship match down the road whenever he chooses to, or something like that. Probably like at SummerSlam or something like that. Set up for SummerSlam. So that's what they need to be thinking that they create. A winner of this match receive a future world championship whenever they want to pick the dime, the date, and stuff like that. I guess with Money in the Bank is sort of like that. But for these three, it's just three main eventers. They will probably main event WrestleMania Saturday to finally get CM Punk his just due for WrestleMania. We'll see. Well, that's gonna do it for the SmackDown report. Let's move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we talk about this. We see Karrion Cross will be returning to Josh Barnett Bloodsport 13. Karrion Cross trying to get his name out there. Can't do it in WWE, and he's gonna do it elsewhere. So a lot of folks going to Mania during that. As well as this, NXT released their new poster for Stand Deliver, sort of like Las Vegas with a lot of cards and stuff. So Stand Deliver getting a lot of airplay going forward. So hey, you see how that's gonna go. Also, too, we've been hearing reports that Homicide of LAX, Homicide known for being a a TNA champion and a Ring Honor champion, retired from the ring due to Homicide said may have blood cysts in his brain. So Homicide um, retiring, but I know Homicide from LAX, and Homicide was one of those original folks that didn't give two craps and kind of told like it was. So hey, we see how it went down. Also, too, the Street Profits. Street Profits was in action tonight. The Street Profits won their um won their match tonight over the La Familia. Street Profits still hold the goal for La Familia. See how that's gonna play out eventually. Well, we told you Naomi came out there with a new look, a new attitude. Finally, about time Naomi just showed who she is and as a heel. So hey, we saw a lot tonight for what's going on. We know next week Braun Strowman will challenge LA Knight for the United States Championship. What a match that's going to be next week. These two men battling out for the U.S. Championship next week here on Connect TV, but it'll be on SmackDown on the USA Network. So look forward to seeing that next week. All right, that's gonna do it here for the pro wrestling. Before we go, we got main event Jay Uso, who's to me, I don't have a problem with him, but fans are saying he's getting a lot of dislikes because WWE's pushing the wrong guy. Main event Jay Uso perhaps might be ready to become world champion. I think he is ready. Just have to win that crowd over and show who he truly is. So we'll see. Uh, hey, it is what it is. Well, that's gonna do it here for the pro wrestling show. We're gonna leave you with Roman Reigns standing above perhaps opponents CM Punk and Seth Rollins over the WrestleMania sign, Punk said he came back literally because he wanted to be a part of WrestleMania. So that's understandable. So hey, thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the SmackDown Ring Report. I've been your host, Kendra Dixon. So long. We'll see you next week for the Raw Ring Report and throughout Ring Reports as well. See you later.